All right, guys, we are live, and as you can see, it looks like Summit is having a little bit of difficulty here. We are almost in the pistol round, as this is going to be map number 1 of our best of 3. We've got Area51 versus Fenix Fire. Almost combined those words, but not quite. It's in our round of 8. The winner will be facing off against Team Liquid in the round of 4. So some exciting stuff going on. I am Sprawl. By my side is Bach. And Bach, you got a little bit of stats to talk about, correct?
That is correct. So the last time we saw these two teams face off was back in our New Year's Open, which was at the beginning of the year. And it was a game that probably a lot of people did not expect Fenix Fire to put up much fight against Area51, and that was actually a tournament that they did very well in. It was a 2-1 loss for Fenix Fire, but they won the first map, which was Overpass, 16-8. They lost Cash 16-6. They actually got kind of obliterated. It was not a very good map for them at that point in time. But the final map was Cash, the map we're about to watch, and it was 16-14, Area51 barely winning. They were up at one point 15-13, and then Fenix Fire came back in round 29 to make it 15-14, and they almost made it happen. So this should be a good best-of-3 series, especially because it's the exact same map pool we saw them play last time. So the last time we saw them play, it was Cash, Mirage, and Overpass, not in that order, and it's going to be those same 3 maps this time, so should be pretty good.
Yeah, pistol round is live now. We can see a 2-1-2 here from the CT side, but it looks like from the T side, they are going for an A take. And Justin will have a Tech 9 in hand. Not that kind of Tech 9 armor buying we've been seeing is pretty popular, but the gun's actually been changed a little bit. We'll see how it does take place here as the A take underway. Arya finds 1 as they're coming out. Make it 2. Mo's already gone down, and Arya now gets dropped, but they do still have Char just running around inside his sight. They haven't been able to spot him out here, and we'll get into a minor exchange with Strebber, but won't find anything for it. They need Juvenile on sight here, as Char is just staying alive forever. Finally goes down. This nade might actually be able to drop the bomb planter if placed. No, it's not going to do the trick. Ellie's going to put some damage into him as well, and off with his head. He did have a kit, but doesn't work out for Juvenile. So Area51 losing the pistol round. Fenix Fire keeping 3 alive and doing some good work on that A take.
Yeah, and I know that Strebber came up with 2 kills there, but the big player in that round was actually Ellie. Ellie had gotten control of Forklift and was hiding in the corner. So when the player, I think it was Summit, who was actually pushing up right around towards Highway, around electrical box, he got a nice shot with the Glock and totally caught him off guard, put that player in A bomb site all by himself, and then he was just stranded waiting for Juvenile, who was very slow on the rotate, to get over there and give him some support. It's going to be a B push here a little bit from the CT side. Summit goes down early to silence Tech 9. Silence spamming away, taking a lot of damage. Here comes the nade. We'll see if he can find one. He actually can't connect, but meanwhile, Strebber does take down Char. So it's not a bad trade for the T side. Adley is going to connect onto Mo as well. So now it's on Arya and Juvenile to make something happen here. All they're going to get for their trouble is a Tech 9. But again, it's a strong pistol, and you can see there are 2 players on the T side that are very lit. Strebber at 32, Adweight at 29. So they could potentially pick up another frag here, maybe get a rifle, but there goes that Tech 9. Area goes down. Ellie picks up both kills. Juvenile is dropped as well. That's the second round here for Fenix Fire, but a round you expect to see them win.
Yeah, and I like how Ellie just kind of told his teammates, you guys need to come in and get to safety, as they were very low, and then Ellie just takes the fight with those remaining 2 CTs, so minimizes the damage, as Silent was the only one to go down there. So not a ton of economic damage done to Fenix Fire. The CTs will be just getting some upgraded pistols here. Once again, 3 flashes and a smoke on Char. We'll see how they decide to use this. Char's just going to be dropping a smoke into mid-main. But some tricky flash play maybe near A-main. Yeah, they are going to flash their way into A-main. So a little bit of information. They're going to spot that there's no one around. Mid-control coming in from the T side, though. Silent actually working up towards Checkered. And he only has a Tech 9 in hand, so very, very mobile. Actually gets dropped by Juvenile there. So first frag coming in for the CT side. But it does look like with this mid-control, the T's thinking about busting out vents, but still just working their time and making some picks happen.
And there you can see Mo making that Tech 9 happen. That's going to be Adweight going down. It's going to make it a 4v3, actually in favor of Area51, but it's going to be a difficult round here. They don't have any armor, no kits, only a nade on Mo. That's going to be a smoke. Molly's going to rain out towards Truck, and that's going to be Juvenile going down. Roberts,
look at Arya's
a.k.a.
spot.
Strebber, connecting onto Summit. So look at this spot from Arya here. He's got that pistol over towards Squeaky Door, but he gets sniffed out almost immediately. So take a better shower next time, Arya. They won't know you're there. Mo coming in with the Tech 9 is going to get one, but that's going to be it for him. A decent eco round from Area51, picking up the 3 frags, but not going to be enough. They're going to be going into the first buy round, though, with plenty of money, because those eco rounds, you know, the first one maybe not as successful, but that one very successful for an eco round. You know, they're not trying to win. They're just trying to do some damage and get some money in their pocket, and you're going to see the dreaded double op setup. Not exactly common on Cash.
And we'll see if they can make it work. It's not necessarily uncommon, but like you had stated, it's not the most common play either. There is a couple avenues you can go with this. As you can see, Mo is actually peeking into back of B halls here, and Arya, he's actually peeked out from Squeaky, so an aggressive angle here. Adwait, though, opens up the round onto Summit, and that's going to be Strebber with the second one here. So already, first rifle round, so much expended for the CT side. Finally, Mo's going to pick up a frag. So does Juvenile. So it is a 3v3, but the bomb's still in back mid. They have mid control on the T side, and we'll see how this ends up playing out. Juvenile's kind of going to rotate back and forth. We've got an interesting setup here. We've got an op on each bomb site, and then a rotator with 50 HP. That's going to be Juvenile. So with mid control, where do they decide to go is the question. Again, an op is going to be challenging at each bomb site. Right now, they're making the right read in that Juvenile is all the way at truck. So we'll see if, if they push into this B bomb site, being that they're grouped up so close at vents, I do believe we'll see a B side execute here.
Yeah, Mo's going to be the sole holder here. He does have an op, and that is his weapon of choice. He's on the back of B platform right now, holding a strong angle for those players crossing over towards checkerboard, but he gets peeked immediately by a player underneath balcony. Juvenile is going to get one, though. That's going to be Roberts going down. Oh, Mo with a nice little flick, but he's going to get traded out by Justin. Justin now in a 1v2. He's got Juvenile at CT cross, heavily lit down to 23 HP, but time is running out. He's got to go for the bomb plan here. He's going to fake it. Peeks Arya actually does really good damage. He's going to spot Juvenile out as well. He knows he's close. He's got to get the peek. It's now a 1v1. Juvenile with 23 HP. Justin at 100. Playing this so perfectly is Juvenile, but it doesn't matter. Justin with the counterplay. A huge double kill at the end of the round there. 3 total for him, picking up the op for his team as well. It's going to break the money on Area51, so that double op buy seemed to work, but cost them a lot of money. So now they're going to be broke. It could be a potential 5th round for Fenix Fire. But something that we've seen with this map and with a few other maps is that it's not all too uncommon for the Ts to start off hot, go 5 straight rounds, and then the CTs just shut it out. So not necessarily over here for Area51 just yet.
Yeah, I completely agree. Fenix Fire does have a nice start, though, and they will have another eco round here coming in from the CTs. If they can fend off any aggression, should work out for them as Silent finds the first frag of the round. He has an op in hand and found that frag with a P250. Finds a second with a headshot onto Juvenile, Justin onto Summit. So it's going to be up to Arya here. He's in a very pushed up position, but I do believe that, yeah, he's going to get peeked there. Justin pops out at the perfect time. Char will be ready and waiting at this B bomb site. But with only a 5-7, imagine he should probably get overwhelmed. Oh, especially he missed those shots on Silent, and he had a nade out as well. So that was kind of his best opportunity. Now he's actually getting flanked from Strebber. From Truck will go down 5-0. Fenix Fire is doing pretty damn good in their monetary situation. You can see Strebber and Ellie have only died once. So they have an incredible bank build-up. The rest of the players pretty decent as well, but those two definitely rolling in it. We're going to see a double op play here once again from Area51, and I'm going to drain their bank, see if they can make it work. And they actually made it fairly close in that they were down 2 players, and even that almost took that round. Well, almost. I don't know if it was really that close. Justin was playing it to a T, but nonetheless, we'll see if this double op look works here in round number 6.
Right now, there's a few players on Area51 really struggling. That's Summit and Char, both sitting at 0 and 5. You know, it's not all about kills, but not getting kills at all is definitely going to have an impact on your team. You're putting so much weight on your teammates' shoulders. We're going to see Mo in mid this round with that AWP, and he's going to let those players actually sneak right up mid. Summit getting the first one. Char gets another one, so those 2 players coming up big this round. That's actually Summit with 2 frags. So finally popping his cherry in this round here, round number 6. Char's going to get another one as well, so they're both going to pick up 2. They must have heard the cast. Char and Summit actually holding it down by themselves. 3 for Char, 2 for Summit. So they definitely heard the cast. They heard the call. And all of a sudden, those zeros are wiped off the board. So no more goose eggs on the side of Area51. They pick up that round. And those 2 players finally put themselves on the board. But the money on Fenix Fire is very good. But the story of this game is going to be the op play from Area51. We've watched Fenix Fire play a lot. And they don't really have a lights-out opper. I've seen Silent pick it up, and he can hold his own. but he's not nearly on the level of Mo. And honestly, Arya is a very talented opper as well, so it's going to be a tough round for them whenever they get these ops in play, and you can see just the kind of effect it has, as that's going to be Arya actually picking up the first frag of this round.
Oh, wow, and you see Char try and gather that op and find a good position, but gets dropped in the process, and now things falling apart for the CT side, and this is not a round they can afford to lose. They have no money. They finally found a round. This could definitely snowball for Fenix Fire here in that they get a lot of rounds on their T side, being that no money on the CT side, and without money, you cannot really grab the equipment that you require, so Juvenile is going to help out Mo as they try and retake. Mo's going to be left alone, though, as he doesn't have a kit in hand. There is kit on by A main here, but he'll have to sprint over if he wants to make that happen. Running out of time, though, it's going to be Justin and Strebber able to work that crossfire. Mo goes down, and the economy completely busted here. And just to highlight, Arya almost had a really sick play there. He peeked into Squeaky with that op out, got a frag, peeked back towards A main, and he just barely legged a guy. Like, if he gets the frag, he escapes scot-free. If he doesn't, exactly what just happened, he goes down. So, literally just a pixel difference. Could have been an op frag and him escaping. Didn't work out, though, and you can see Counter-Strike, that's the way she goes.
Live by the op, die by the op. It's like the three-pointer in basketball, you know. If you're constantly taking three-pointers, the second you start missing them, you're killing your team. And that's exactly what happens with the op. You know, you live by that shot, and the second it doesn't connect and make a full kill, I mean, you're left out to dry. And Mo this round, salvaging the op, is going to actually pick up a kill on Adway way back in mid, but the push is already on. The bomb is already in the A bomb site. That's actually going to be Summit, though, with the 5 steal from Truck taking down Roberts. He gets Justin somehow as well. So now it's on Ellie. And
okay,
whoa, Summit, the 4K.
All right.
So the sleeping giant finally wakes here. We've watched them play a few times, and it's funny, a lot of people probably don't give Summit the respect he deserves as a player because he's a streamer, and for so long he wasn't on a team, he just did matchmaking or ESEA pugs. But the few times that we've watched him play, he's been top fragging for them. So I don't really get where the disrespect comes from. And he did start off slow in this map, but he's now 6-6, so he's actually second just behind Mo, who's 7-6. So even though he's 6-6, I mean, he's outperforming most of his team.
Yeah, big round there from Area 51. We'll see if they can grab this round as well, and they could definitely put Fenix Fire on the eco. As you can see, they do not have a heck of a lot of money, and they're not going to have loss bonus either. So, T side, this is a bit of... thing is, the CT side, they jumpstart their economy because they won that on round that they just had pistols, more or less. Mo was able to get an op very early on when they dropped, but nonetheless, A-side push coming in. Summit and Arya left to hold here. Mo actually from Toxic Barrel, and 4 frags coming in the way of the CTs. Justin will drop Mo, but that's the only frag for himself. Now mid, Strebber goes down to Char, and this is now the road to the comeback. Area 51, they get 2 in a row for the first time in their CT side half. They just need to keep that ball rolling.
Wow, that was a very fast round there. Fenix Fire setting up for a solid A take with smokes. This is something that you see a lot from them on this map whenever we've watched them play it. But it just didn't work out. Area 51 had a great counter setup, and they just completely mowed down Fenix Fire. So it is going to put them on an eco, but they've already got 6 rounds, so they got to be pretty happy with that. This round, they could definitely look to do some money damage. You can see the money on the CT side is built up a little bit. That last round definitely helped, and they didn't really lose anything. But they're going to be trying to make a push, and oh, good lord. 2 quick kills coming out. Mo with the off, Juvenile with the M4 from Checkerboard. He gets another one as well. Summit there to help. Justin finally gets a frag for the T side. It's going to be Juvenile going down. He's sitting on the other side of the smoke. He's playing this very wisely. Look at him just hiding in this corner, buying his time. He does have a PT-50, but he's getting flanked here. Arya does take him down. That could have been very deadly if he could have lived there long enough. He might have been able to take out one more player. But that's going to be Area 51 taking yet another round, and look at the money buildup. How quickly things have turned around. You see Summit at 10K. On the other side, they're struggling to put together this buy after an eco. You know, they're going to be very broke. So if they lose this, they could be looking at another eco. They're really hoping to get that bomb plant and maybe boost their money just a little bit. But we'll see what happens here. Round number 11 underway, minute and 35 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, they're going to boost up Strebber here, and we'll see as they flash out Adwade as well as he pushes out, but Summit will be receiving him and drops him from White Box and actually falls back. He's going to be heading over to Z Connector, but they have smoked it off once again here. And we'll see Juvenile, though, is aggressively pushed up, and Not too careful. Oh, you must have heard Silent just make a footstep there. But Bomb is in vents, and being that Justin and Silent are both working towards this site. Oh, Summit's going to find Silent, so that's going to be their cue to go for it, apparently. And Summit's still getting sprayed at, but drops Justin as well. They just can't find the frag on Summit right now. Juvenile from site will get dropped, so they do have an opportunity here. Summit finally goes down. They find 3 frags in quick succession. It's difficult to say, but now a 2v2. As Char's going to be retaking from vents, Arya from back B halls.
Ooh, and Roberts is actually going to get spotted out here. He's now getting the molly. Nate as well. He's about to drop, and there you go. Just barely getting spotted as he goes around the edge of that box. So now it's on Ellie here. He is in a 1v2. He put some damage onto Char, but Char is there to clean things up. Area 51 bringing it closer here, but again, we said it, 6 rounds on the T side for Phoenix Fire. Definitely looking pretty good if they can move over to the CT side. And even if they lose out at this point, 9-6, not the worst score in the world. We were actually talking about it before the cast. Of the current map pool, what we consider to be the most balanced map, and in my opinion, Cache is a map that comes to mind. I think Cache is very similar to Dust 2. So the 2 maps that I actually rank up high in that regard are Dust 2 and Cache. So 9-6, 8-7, pretty standard score. They'd be happy to get either one.
Certainly is now the Tech 9 armor. We'll see if it's as effective with the recent changes. They've got less bullets and at distance a little bit less damage as well. But we'll see the close angles that they're going to be playing in this A-bomb site. Char and Arya going to need to be on point. So here comes the play. They've smoked Forklift, and they're going to be flashing over towards Quad as well. Arya with the first one gets traded off immediately. Char will get dropped down very low, but finds 2 frags. Summit nades his own teammate. That's a little bit of help, but Ellie is just going to try and get the bomb planted here. Actually baits out Summit, and Summit will be able to get the frag. So 6-6. And I do want to take a moment of your time, guys. Take a look at our giveaways. Luminosity GG once again hooking us up with a Twitter giveaway. So today we've got a field-tested AWP red line. So if you guys want to get in on that, all you need to do, follow Go RGN TV as well as Luminosity GG, and then retweet that specific tweet mentioning the op red line. And that's all you need to do. We'll announce the winner after our broadcast here, but round number 13, about to go live. Another double op look here from Mo and Arya.
And we'll see if it can work out. It's been doing decent damage here thus far. We are going to finally see an op on the T side. I think this is the first round that we've actually seen Silent pick it up. And I'm kind of curious as to why that is. We typically saw him going for it in the past. But maybe it's just a confidence issue. Maybe he doesn't feel up to snuff to out-op Mo. There's Summit, though, with the M4A1S picking up 2 frags. There's Char as well. Arya gets 1. Good lord. Kills just going the way of Area 51. Silent finally gets 1, but it's now a 1v4. He's got an op in hand. Probably just going to try and save this, but he's got a minute left. These rounds are happening so fast. Phoenix Fire was doing so good early on, but I think that now the money on the CT side has caught up enough that this double op buy that we'll expect to see from them, seeing as how Arya and Mo are both very good oppers, it's just going to work out wonderfully, because even if they lose an op, they can afford to rebuy it in the ensuing round. So this is definitely not what you want to see happen for Phoenix Fire. If you want to keep a team like Area 51 contained, you have to keep their money in check. And right now, that is not happening here. And Silent is going to actually pick up Area. That's going to be an off the board for them. He's going to get 1 more on Char. They're getting way too aggressive here. It's now a 1v2. Mo right around the corner, though, using that off like a shotgun, and he's going to obliterate Silent's body. That's going to be 7-6. Area 51 taking the lead here for the first time this half.
7-6. Certainly, I still feel like Phoenix Fire, they're going to be all right with the scoreline, but at the same time, when you get 6 that early on, you really hope to just pile on the pain. But Area 51, they're proving themselves here. A little bit of a late start, but better late than never. They're coming back on their CT side. 7-6. Round 14 is live, and we'll see if this is another quick round. I feel like Phoenix Fire could take advantage of some of the aggression that Area 51 is throwing in their direction. If they just played a little bit slower, they might be able to make something work, but, well, on this round specifically, maybe not the best for it. They've got Tech 9 armor. Didn't realize that that's the round we're seeing here. Tech 9 armor, plenty of nades. So 2 of their players are going to be smoking out mid, creating a wall of smokes and heading through vents. And then the remaining 3, looks like they've got a Molotov that's going to be working into the site as well. And wow, where did, okay, Arya got that pick out of Squeaky. So super aggressive again, very aggressive play. They're not punished for it, so now entering to this B-bomb site, though, Summit's going to be helping out. Juvenile gets 1, traded off, though. Summit now looking for a frag himself, gets ad weight. Silent from below, though. Justin actually finding his way to Generator, but Mo will be waiting for him. So Silent left in a 1v4 will go down 8-6 as that B-side bust just didn't play out as they had planned.
That Molly in sight did a wonderful job of flushing Juvenile out and pushing him into the middle of nowhere. But there was a Molly rained out similarly from the CT side that kind of prevented them from running through it. They didn't want to take too much unnecessary damage. So between the Molly and the M4 of Juvenile, they really couldn't get into good position. Backup arrived. It was a tough round for them. And that's actually something we've seen a lot from Phoenix Fire is Molly play on B. They've usually done very good with it. And they've been big fans of the Tech 9 armor. I know that we've watched them before buy it time and time again. And look, here's Arya yet again getting aggressive with that off, but whiffing on the shot. Pushing it through his own smoke in A main. He's going to miss the shot, but do a heck ton of damage onto Ellie there. 32 HP left on him. But here comes the push from Phoenix Fire, trying to move quickly into the site. That's going to be Summit cleaning up 2 before being dropped by Strebber. Char gets 1, and there's Silent picking up 2. Arya and Char. It is down to a 2v2, but these players are so lit. Juvenile and Mo have an easy retake here. Juvenile coming from A main. Mo sitting in sight right now. And it's just a matter of time before they spot out Strebber. And there you go, 9-6, the halftime score. And there's something that must be mentioned here. Yes, 6 rounds on the T side is great, but Area 51 took 9 straight rounds. Or no, they took 8 straight rounds. So they
So
won
close,
1,
yeah.
They traded rounds, but they took 8 straight rounds. Momentum plays a huge role in your team's mental state. Losing that many rounds is giving Area 51 so much confidence, and everyone knows that the players on Area 51 don't like to lose. And when they lose, things tend to get a little chippy. It's not a secret, we all know it. So if you can keep them losing, you can break their morale so easily. But if they start winning, they're the complete opposite. And that's the worst case scenario right now for Phoenix Fire. They just let Area 51 win 8 straight. That team has got to be feeling good. Summit and Mo top fragging right now. Summit went from 0-5 to 18-9. That is a massive swing.
Yeah, he went off. That is certainly the case, and I think a lot of this, although we usually stress pistol rounds a lot, I think that the momentum, I saw Area 51 versus Blitz when Blitz was actually, they had to have a forfeit loss there, and they lost a couple players and such, but they actually lost pistol round on Nuke, and they were pretty upset about it. So if there's any miscommunication and stuff here, and they don't take this pistol, I have a feeling that they're going to be, I don't know, that momentum might swing the other direction, but we'll find out as Area 51 looking for a B-side take, and the CTs and Phoenix Fire, they've got one pushing up close in A main, so tons of information. Someone finds the first frag, though. Adwait connects onto 1, and he just needs to stay alive at this point. Goes down to Fire. He didn't realize that there was a molly down. Juvenile onto Ellie, and I believe that was actually through the smoke.
It was.
So it's going to be Justin left and Strebber. Strebber does take down Arya on the flank. Strebber with another one. Creates a huge opportunity. Mo trying to get the trade in now, and it looks like Justin's trying to help him out. Strebber's going to stay alive with 1 HP. Justin, he can connect onto Mo. Oh, Mo with the headshot. Pretty much closing the round here. Strebber with 1 HP. Needs to only hit heads, and he needs to one-tap him. So Mo is going to peek out. Misses a couple shots. Char trying to trade with him. Mo eventually gets the frag. Wow. Some dancing going on.
Bullet dodging. Boris the bullet dodger. What? How did he take so long to take 1 HP in damage? If he pulled that off, that would have been just insane. And That's the kind of round you want to take against someone who has that competitive spirit, I'll call it, in like a player like Mo. If you can take a duel like that, you're going to get in Mo's head big time. So definitely be the kind of thing you want to win. But look at this boost here from Juvenile and T-Spawn. Here's a player that probably doesn't get as much respect as he deserves, and a lot of players out there probably don't even know who he is if they're new to the scene. Juvenile's the former shot caller and in-game leader for Lunatic, who became Denial, who became Liquid. So definitely a very capable player. He took a break from CS, but he's back in Area 51, and he's actually got a great peek here on B main, but goodness gracious, he just took a heck ton of damage from Adwait. He's going to be down to 2 HP. And if he's not careful, he might actually need himself, so I shouldn't praise him too much if he does something like that. I'll look stupid. But yeah, Juvenile more than likely is the in-game leader right now for Area 51. We weren't really sure about that, as him and Arya are both capable. But that's going to be Strebber picking off the head of Area with the deagle. Juvenile does respond, putting a little Galil damage onto Justin. There's Strebber yet again with that deagle. That's going to be 2 for him on the round. Char goes down. And this could be a very good round here for Phoenix Fire. You see Juvenile down on 2 HP. If they can pick up that frag, they're only dealing with a UMP on Summit and a Galil on Mo. And The Galil is one of the most difficult rifles to understand in CSGO. The recoil pattern, very erratic, doesn't make a lot of sense. A lot of players not well versed in it. But we'll see what can happen here. Adway does have a scout holding down Generator. Silent with the crossfire position on Big Box. Strebber's going to move his way over towards the A bomb site. He's holding down Truck, and that's actually the perfect position here, as it is going to be an A take. There's going to be one coming up from Highway. That's Summit, Mo, and Juvenile in A main. And there you see Adway getting the angle. He's trying to find the shot. If Strebber can put a little bit of damage out, he can do wonders. There's Ellie picking off the head of Summit. He needs to get this reload in time with that CZ. He doesn't quite get it, but there is Strebber taking down Mo. It's all on the 2 HP player, and there you go. Fenix Fire, picking up the eco round, and like we mentioned, that's the kind of round you want to win against very competitive players because you really get into their head. So Area 51 gonna be struggling after that one, especially because now they're probably gonna have to double eco. Whenever you win pistol and lose the ensuing buy, it just breaks your money so much, and you can see those players not really looking too hot. If they can get a bomb plant here, they might be able to get a buy off, but we'll see what happens in round number 18.
Yeah, looks like they're just going to go for a straight-up B-bus here. Adway, though, is going to stop this at least momentarily. Mo is going to break through into checkered, so one taps Adway, Silent with a frag coming in, but he's dropped very low as well. Ellie might get tested as Mo's picked up a rifle and finds his way into CT spawn, so here we go. This round definitely closer than may have expected, especially considering they didn't actually get armor on this play. So Mo just kind of carrying the round, getting that first pick into checkered, but now they have the task in holding the site, and it's a bit of a different story when you got some angry CTs. They're all low though, and oh, okay, Char could have possibly made that happen. 9 HP and 27. You find 2 of those 1v1s. Certainly a winnable round. Nonetheless, though, very expensive for Fenix Fire. Their economy is going to be stunted a little bit there. They still have some money to play with. 2 of their players obviously still have guns in their hands, but otherwise they're going to have to fully buy up. On that T side, we'll see if they opt to... Yeah, they're going to equip as well, so obviously with the bomb plant, they've got a little bit of loss bonus as well. They're able to afford not the picture-perfect buy, but it's going to be better than nothing at this point. Smokes across the board, and Juvie, the only one with the Tech 9.
I actually think this buy makes a lot of sense from the T side. They might be able to catch the CTs off guard. They might be expecting a bum rush with pistols. Instead, they're going to go for 3 AKs, a Galil, and a Tech 9. Bringing it down to a 2-player retake for Fenix Fire. I mean, it just gave them so much money when you include the bomb plan as well. They're actually able to get a decent buy, way better than you would expect. But nonetheless, it is going to be a difficult one as we do see pretty good equipment on the CT side. They are limited in kits and grenades, but here comes an execution. Looks like it's going to be out towards mid right now, and that's going to be Char getting his head cleaned right off. But there is Summit with the response. It's going to make it a 4v4, 55 seconds left. Still no real direction here decided from the T side, but it does look like they are moving over towards B. Summit is making his way up towards vents. Mo going towards back B. Arya in mid. Juvenile there as well. Juvenile going for the lurk roll with that Tech 9. Wise play, try and hold off the rotate. But it is going to make it difficult here. There's a 2-man hold in A, or in B. That's actually Adway behind pipes, and Silent behind default box has a flashbang primed. He's just waiting and waiting and waiting for this execution to come. So here they go. There's the flash, and here should be the peak. And that's Adway going to get the first one. Goes for the second, so that's 2 easy frags. Silent gets one as well before being traded out by Ari, but now it's on Ari with 11 HP and pit. And there you go. Picture perfect hold there from Fenix Fire. That bang flash just did wonders, and the lack of a 4th player as Juvenile was on the lurk roll, having to swing back. I think he did make it there in time, but still, only having a Tech 9, very difficult to make happen. So that if that force buy worked out, they would have broke the money on the CT side. Instead, they broke their own money. It's going to be another eco here from Area 51. We could be seeing a high score here in round 20.
And I like the way they play the 2 in bomb site B, like you were saying, how they have that flash popped and such, or prepped ready to go. And generally, we'll see maybe someone in vents, and that's the 2nd player in B. A lot of times, they'll have only 1 player at generator spotting, something like that. But different look here from Fenix Fire. They just hold 2 in sight, and works out well for them. Stack at this A bomb site, though. We can see, well, and by stack, I mean a literal stack. We've got Strebber on the top ahead of Justin, and he's going to get 2 frags as they push out. They're going to push through the smoke, though. Juvenile is going to be able to... Oh, will he get the plant? He will not. Flawless round, as they were not expecting that boost at all. Flooding out of A main. Strebber just tearing him down.
Flawless in 2 ways. They didn't even lose. They didn't lose a player, but they didn't even take a single point of damage. Every single player with
There
that
should be like an
100
audible
HP.
noise for that, like flawless.
Yeah.
Just like,
Flawless
I don't know,
victory.
something like
the
that.
Mortal Kombat. Well, I shouldn't say a fighting video game. We could get sued. So,
Some game
Mortal Fighting video
Mortal
game.
Fighting something. Sure.
Where people are
Or
fatally wounded.
I like it.
But yes, I agree. There should be some sort of audible sound that plays when that happens. But we're going to see Mo here picking up the op in round 21. Summit and Char doing decent work with their AKs, though. That's going to be 3 kills already for the T side of Area 51. Ellie, Stribber, and Justin already knocked off. There's only 2 players left, and they're both in B. That's going to be Silent and Adwait. If they can find Mo, though, that's going to be a big cash grab. Mo is going to get lit, and there you go. A lot of money lost. I'd imagine that the T side is going to go hunting for this because they really want to pick up that op and put it back in Mo's hand. And we kind of touched on it before. If Mo can't get an op, I'm not going to say he's a useless player, but he's half the player he could be. He's a impact player. He makes big frags happen with that op. If he can't get it, he basically is not the player they need him to be. So I guess in a sense, Mo money, Mo problems.
Something like that.
Oh, I just went there. Mo, M-O-E, yeah, whatever. But if Mo can build up his money enough to keep an op in his hands, it changes the way Area 51 plays. And, Aria is a good opper, but Mo is definitely the go-to guy. Probably top 3 in North America, potentially top 1. Or I should have said just number 1, not top 1. But he would probably compete with some of the best oppers in North America, hands down, when he's feeling it. So... yeah. They definitely want to try and keep that gun in his hand, but you can see they're not able to pick it back up. So he's going to have to go with the AK here in round number 22. But Area 51 did just pick up that round, so they're going to be feeling pretty good. Still a decent CT side buy here. Op on Silent. Rifles on the rest. We'll see what Fenix Fire has here, as Area 51 could potentially start to turn this, just like they did in the first half. This is kind of where they started to pick up steam and start just piling on rounds.
In that last round, Char, I wouldn't say he was fortunate more than he was just kind of like prepared for a bit of a squeaky push. He was actually caught with a nade out, but they weren't able to take him down right away. I think he flashed in and white screened both of them and ended up getting 2 frags on those people pushing through squeaky. So you can see CTs, they don't want to play that game. So they're going to be playing more passive on this A bomb site. Strebber's found a little crack in the smoke, though. Arya, same peekaboo, will find that same one and puts him away. So now the ace bomb site a little bit weaker. So you can see the T side thinking about executing. They have rotated 1 CT over, though. Ellie is already made it, so they're going to have a quick rotate and add weight from highway as well. But, coming up from behind, that's always the downside. If you're pulling your mid player over towards A, someone needs to be watching mid, as so many times you're going to have a flank there. Justin with the crucial frag on a Mo, so they make this doable. Justin, though, needs to stay alive. He's got a rotate coming in. Silent, though, with an AWP. This is going to be rough, especially if it doesn't work a pick early on. Summit comes up big, will end the round 12-10. Area 51. They're in good shape right now. CTs, they've got money on all their players except for Strebber, so they might actually force out a buy here purely because of that.
Yeah, they're probably gonna buy and drop. Actually, they're not even gonna drop him. They're just gonna tell him to sit on that 5-7. So yeah, this is a big round for them. If they lose this, they're gonna be pretty broke. They're gonna have to go on an eco round. So this could be a big round for Area 51, but it could be a swing round for Fenix Fire. They need to pick this up. They need to break this momentum from Area 51. Area 51 will be able to buy after this, and there you can see they're going to open things up with a nice nade from Ellie into mid that's going to connect onto Char. Mo is going to catch a nade as well. He's down to 56. There's Ellie picking off yet another. Ellie playing pretty good these last few rounds, and I know the score wouldn't necessarily indicate that, but coming up with big frags. It's going to make it a 5v3. Mo, Juvenile, and Summit. That is the in-game leader and the 2 top fraggers, both left standing for Area 51 here. A minute left on the clock, plenty of time to make an execution happen, and Mo does have that dreaded AWP. So we'll see what he can do with it. But there goes Summit. Strebber's going to connect onto him. It's going to make it very difficult for the T-side to do much of anything. And I do believe if they lose this round, they're not going to have the money to rebuy. And you can see Adwait and Silent going to combine for the last 2 frags. You look at the money on the T-side, it actually is going to potentially be an eco here. Juvenile forcing up with an AK. I don't think this is a good idea. You're going to potentially put yourselves in a very weak buy. Fenix Fire could take it, tie it up, then face an eco to take the lead back very late in the game. This is a bad idea from Area 51.
Yeah, well, I can see in their mentality, the money's low on CTs. Let's continue to put pressure on them and try and just squeeze it out. But it's such a risky play. So I agree with you in that, yeah, it might be an unnecessary risk. If they make it happen, though, definitely will work out well for them. But I agree in that maybe a risk they didn't need to take, and they could just wait for a better buy. But heading up mid, they've kind of figured out that they've got control of mid, especially they're going to smoke off Ellie here. Justin trying to fire from Toxic will take down Summit, so that's a nice frag coming in. Obviously, the top fragger on that T-side team. Arya, though, will open up as, again, they're pushing up Highway in that boost spot right outside of A main. Not so effective when they got players coming out there. So Mo is going to be the single player coming up from Highway. Justin goes down to these players in A main, and at the very least, he gets tons of information. Mo peeks out and takes down Ellie. It's a 2v3 here. This kind of fell apart for Fenix Fire. Mo playing some tricky play here, and he's doing pretty solid with his AK, or Silent, maybe not doing so well with his AWP right now. Char is very low at 28 HP, and he will get spotted out. Adway, though, is white screened. Luckily, he makes it out of that. I don't know if that smoke really worked for them, though, as now Char's going to be able to work the smoke. He's lurking around, and might be able to get this frag. Yeah, he gets Silent. Adway is going to be in a 1v2. He does have a kit, but playing this picture perfect. They have that plant way out in the open. You can see, I think that's a new line they created for the bomb plant position. You can see how far that bomb site goes out. But big round for Area 51. They realize mid is pretty wide open, and if you can be splitting A and have full control of A highway, that's exactly what it's going to do for you. You're able to just hit A bomb site so many angles. Very difficult for Fenix Fire to hold.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Fenix Fire, I think that maybe Silent isn't feeling confident with the AWP because of the recent changes. I actually haven't had a chance to mess with it, but I've heard people say that
it's terrifying.
They're not too fond of what they've done to the AWP. So he was really struggling, whiffing tons of shots. That is not like him. We've seen him use the AWP in the past. He's been very effective with it. Those were easy shots to hit, and because of the fact that he had an AWP, he had to drop for the M4 because he just wasn't hitting, and left him out in the open. Took a bit of damage and really just gave way too much information to the T side. We're going to see Silent this round with the FAMAS, though, open things up with a headshot onto Summit. Arya is there with a trade. Strepper and Adway picking up two big frags. It's going to be mowed down as well as Juvenile. Arya picks up two of his own, though, cleaning off the heads of Ellie and Adway. But here we go. It's a 1v2. Arya, a 3K on the round. He's got to get the ace to win it for Area 51. And look at this play. Sayonara, suckers. Oh, maybe not. I'm going to stick by B. So Arya just playing the juke game. He's going for the triple deke. We'll see what he actually ends up deciding to do. Maybe he's going to toss some smokes out, some flashes. Go for a little bit of trickery, but Fenix Fire not really biting too much. They're kind of just playing this very passively, listening for information. This is the right call. Let him get the plant. Give yourselves the information you need. But a nice plant here from Arya is going to get him up. Never mind. Doesn't matter. There's Trevor cleaning off his head.
Whew.
So, and actually a very smart plant could have put him in position to counterplay because they would assume, oh, he's CT or he's upper, and he would have been holding down generator instead. Nonetheless, it was a nice effort, but those 4 spies in that last round, and then in 2 rounds ago, and then the last round, they still kind of bought up when they maybe shouldn't have. Their money wasn't that great. It's going to put Area 51 on the ego yet again. And on the CT side, they actually have decent money, so they'll be able to get a pretty good buy-in. So Fenix Fire could still potentially take this back. I know it's round 26, they're down a round, but they could tie it up, go into a buy, do some really good damage if they win that as well. It's going to be a pistol pain train over towards B. We'll see if the CTs have what it takes to hold it off.
Yeah, Silent, he's going to have to come up big with this op, and we've seen that he hasn't had most success with it. Mo is going to take him down. Arya with a frag as well, and he will go down eventually. So they get 2 frags on the round. They should be able to collect this AWP. They will. So not too much damage. That's kind of the minimum that they wanted to do, kind of do a little bit of economic damage. But obviously, last time they were pretty successful at that B-bomb site, even without armor. So didn't exactly work, but was an eco. Now they're going to buy up. Summon actually forced to only stick with the Tech 9. Once that full nade set, can't really blame him, but on the top fragger, you'd think maybe one of his buddies might drop him an AK, but not going to be the case. We'll see if this A push does work out. It does look like they're going to be boosting up as well. Char spotting over that box. We've got Strebber nading over, and big frag here. Silent switching it up to that A bomb site. Gets a big frag early on. Mo, though, will be able to trade it back onto Adway.
I kind of didn't want to see them save the AWP in that last round. I've been a little bit hesitant because it just hasn't been working out. And you can see Summit actually doing some decent damage with the Tech 9. He's actually going to take that AWPer down. when you have a player like Mo on the board and you're not hitting shots, you don't want to give them the op. So I don't really think it was wise. I think they should have stuck with the rifle. Nonetheless, it is going to be a 3v3, and Mo is dead, so there's no fear of him picking up the op. But Arya is still out there, and he's a very capable opper as well. There's going to be 2 players in A main. That's going to be Arya and Char. Summit's still back in mid on boost spot. And I think that Ellie is coming in on the flank here. Ellie's got to be careful that he doesn't get spotted out by Summit with that Tech 9. But Justin, who's been lights out from the back of sight, he's holding down quad like a boss, gets the first one onto Char. He's got to be careful here. He's got 2 players peeking him, and there's Summit. But Ellie just walking up from behind, should be able to spot out Summit. Information already there from his team, and here we go. Doesn't even matter. He's going to put a heck ton of damage onto Arya, and there you go. Ellie cleaning things up with the Tech 9. Phoenix Fire taken round 27. Yeah, this is kind of what I expected. We talked about it before the game. These 2 teams faced off before, and the final score was 16-14. It went all the way to round 30. So this is a slugfest. It's just been going back and forth. Phoenix Fire taking the lead, and the money on the T side is just so broken. So they're gonna force up yet again, and I just don't understand why. Because then if they lose, they are in the worst possible situation for a bye in round 29, and Phoenix Fire could take it 16-13. So, yet again, questionable buys here from Area 51, but they're not playing for overtime. They're playing for the win.
Adwade pushed up in mid, drops Arya as he tries to get aggressive, but all by his lonesome. Summit comes out second, but goes down. Mo gets dropped by an op. And this is falling apart for the T side. Char's dropped down very low as well. He's in the boost spot, goes down to Ellie. So Juvenile, Tech 9 in hand. We'll see if he can get anything done for his efforts. Ellie, wow, nice shot on that peak with 14 HP, 1 bullet. Could have made the difference of him going down and losing his weapon, but he's able to make it work. Phoenix Fire finds himself on match point. And last time we saw, like, when we're referencing that best of 3 in our previous tournament, Cash was the final map, and like you said, 16-14, but it was in the favor of Area 51. So, Phoenix Fire...
Oh! What?
What just... Oh, God. Adway just joined spectators as the round goes live. Well, this just got very interesting, because we've got a 4v5 off the bat in round 29. Whew! This is going to be interesting, as Phoenix Fire needs to find a pick early on, or just play... Oh, and this is the problem. They have no one in mid. So now we've got someone at quad box, and that's Justin, going down to 50 HP already. So huge advantage for the T side.
I would like to think this gets match medicked. I would like to think it does. And if it doesn't, I'd be very disappointed. Because it would be silly for Area 51 to not allow it. I mean, it's a stupid mistake, but that needs to be... that needs to happen. Nonetheless, we're going to see it play out for now. We'll let you know what's going to happen. That's going to be Char picking off ahead. Over on quad box, Justin goes down, Char gets another one on Strebber, and there's another on Silent. I don't even think that the boys on Phoenix Fire were even prepared to play this round. As soon as Adweight went down, they basically abandoned all hope, and they hoped that they could just pause the match medic. If this round plays through, this is going to change the outcome of the game. I would like to see a match medic, hopefully. But you never know. I mean, it's all dependent on where things go, so we'll see what Phoenix Fire wants to do with this. Don't really know if we have the ability to necessarily just decide to match medic, but we'll keep you guys informed right now. We are going to see a pause as soon as this round ends, so we'll get all that information, and we'll let you guys know what's going to happen. So for now, the score is 15-14 Phoenix Fire over Area 51. We're going to be coming into a pause, so we'll get some music going real quick, guys, because we don't really know what's going to happen. We have to talk with the match admins and the teams. So give us a few minutes. We'll take a quick break. You guys enjoy some music, go get a drink, and we will be right back. Okay. Well, sorry about that, guys. We don't really know what happened there. They did have a pause in place. They were trying to speak with the admins to determine whether or not a match medic would happen. We really don't know the outcome as of right now. So we came back live without really having any kind of clear indication of what happened, and it does look like Area51 took it to overtime. So it's gonna be overtime, 15-15, Phoenix Fire and Area51. This is map number 1, and obviously we do apologize there. Not really much we can say, but it is going to be overtime, so hopefully we won't have any more problems here. This is just map 1. Already seems like kind of a big issue to have, but we'll wait for these players to ready up before we do go live. But before let's not dwell on what happened. Let's dwell on what we saw. Let's talk about Counter-Strike. Let's not talk about problems.
Yeah, 15-5. We saw kind of a long string. Obviously, Area51 coming back on that CT side. Phoenix Fire was able to do quite a bit on their CT side, but clearly, obviously, Area51, the op on Mo and such, and they were able to kind of work some openings and eventually bring it back. Now we're in overtime territory, but it does look like we're going to have a little bit of lull in action once again. But it's kind of how it started off. We had Area51 just not really awake at the start. Phoenix Fire just kind of stole quite a few rounds early on, and like you were suggesting at the start of that match, we actually see that quite often on Cash. The T side will just come ahead with quite a few rounds, and then eventually the CT kind of figure out the rhyme and reason to their opponents, and they're able to come back. So yeah, we'll see how this plays out. I think this is going to be a really close overtime.
Yeah, I think so as well. It really could go either way, and it's hard to predict. We've seen both teams do so good on both sides. Obviously, you know, the tie score means that Area51 pulled 6 rounds on the T side just like Phoenix Fire did, except Phoenix Fire did it right off the bat. They did 5 rounds, lost 1, won 1, and then let Area51 pick up steam. But the fact that Phoenix Fire gets to start on the CT side could be pretty big. It is MR3, so they're going to get 3 straight rounds here on the CT side, and if they can do money damage to Area51, because I would bet that they're going to buy ops on Area51. When you have a player like Mo, you're really not gonna not buy the op. So I'd imagine they're gonna buy an op on Mo, and if they can win that round, and I do refer to Phoenix Fire, if Phoenix Fire can win that round, the money just isn't that great for MR3 to lose an op that early. So it would definitely put the ball in their court, and if they can take 3 in a row, they did very good on the T side, so they would only have to pick up 1 to end the map and take us to map number 2, which is Overpass.
And we got some changes on that map as well. So we'll see how that plays out. Me as well, definitely. I honestly wanted to see Dust 2, but that was Phoenix Fire's, that was their map ban. They took out Dust 2. It was like, but there's going to be so many cool ways you can play short and long mid from getting rid of those skyboxes and such. But we won't get to see it right tonight, but hopefully in the near future. But Overpass, we got those stairs behind the site, and I thought that was pretty necessary, because otherwise you only have one way to really enter from that back way, and well, one way is in you have to go bank. If you don't go towards the bank, then you have to jump up on electric box, and if you don't hear them jumping out the electric box, well, you might need a new pair of headphones. As it was just it creates a pretty hard dynamic on that rotate. But we'll see how it plays out, because they do have a really quick rotate. So we'll see if an open bomb site really does kind of help balance things, or how it takes effect. I'm interested to see.
Yeah, that was a that was a big change made to Overpass. They basically completely revamped the A site, and a lot of people had complained about it, a lot of players, so I'm sure they're glad to see the first truck removed, but I don't quite understand the move from the semi, and then they put stairs back in after removing stairs. They're putting them back. I think the stairs actually make sense. From my point of view, the E-box was great at first, but it just made it so difficult from the CT side to really get in good position and retake from there, so the stairs will definitely make it a little bit easier. And shrinking that A site, moving the truck up, gives you less of a peak angle on the left side, so you basically are going to favor towards your right, so when you come up those stairs, you're not getting double peaked. So it makes the retake a little bit easier. It should be interesting to see how it plays out, because if you watched Overpass recently, I'd say 70% of rounds went A. 30% towards B. Most of the time, the rounds towards B were eco rounds. So I'm kind of excited to see Overpass played. And the last time these two teams faced off, 16-6 or 16-8, Phoenix Fire took it. So we'll see. This was actually, it would be Area 51's pick. So Area 51 has obviously either been playing it a lot or is very confident, or maybe they have very short-term memory and they don't remember actually losing to Phoenix Fire on that map in a few tournaments ago.
And we'll see how it plays out, and I do want to let you guys know we got a couple new partners here at RGN, Vulcan being one of them. If you guys want to use our affiliate link, it is below our channel, and it's just Go RGN, capital RGN, or Go RGN TV rather, capital RGN. It's basically esports fantasy, so you can basically make your fantasy teams and such and win real money on there. So they'll actually match up to $100 or $1,000 that you deposit in their system if you use our affiliate code. So check them out, as well as Zowie. They are a new partner as well, and they're going to be giving away a bundle of gear on our grand finals. So all you need to be doing to win a bundle is be a sub, and we'll get you hooked up with. There's quite a lot in that bundle, so we'll actually let you guys know exactly what that is in the chat. But shout out to both of them. Make sure you guys follow at Zowie Gear, and I imagine Vulcan's on Twitter. I actually don't know their exact tag. I imagine it's Vulcan to use inside of there, but I'll confirm that in this next map. But it does look like we're having a decent amount of time in between. We are going to take another quick music break, so you guys can listen to some tunes, and while we figure this out, because it looks like we're still not going live. So again, we'll figure out what's going on. We'll let you guys know as soon as we know, and we'll be getting into overtime hopefully very, very soon. So don't go too far. Be right back.